Hey, Kevin, I guess Jill was not feeling well, so she ducked out.
Yeah, that's what I understand.
Yeah, no, she's been fighting a bad cold here for the past couple of weeks.
No.
Okay, guys, so those who were here earlier heard that I'm not feeling all that good today, so this is probably going to be a shorter class than usual. But I think rather than do the form a few times, let's just go into the next move, the eighth move, which is called raise knee. And James, are you there?
I'm here, but I lost my camera for some reason. I'll get it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, James is fixing his camera. There we go. Let me demonstrate this move, and I'll do walk obliquely first.
Yeah, that walk to the side was walking bleakly, not obliquely.
I'm sorry, Kevin. What?
You were walking bleakly, not obliquely.
I was walking obliquely, bleakly. Uh, okay. So raise knee is actually a pretty short, easy move. The probably the trickiest part of it is the weight shift right at the beginning. So let me just demonstrate this. All right. So the first thing you're doing, probably to get this here, is you're rolling your Dan Chen like this. You can imagine if somebody's got hold of your arm, right? What you're doing is rolling out of that grip. Now, if you pay attention, it's really natural to just slide your weight back and forth while you're doing that. All right? And that's what you do. So forth. All right. So there's this. After you do this, all right, then there's this walking forward and walking back. All right, forward, back, and then lift. So let's see. There's a roll, right? Then there's and forward, and then you're opening up like this. Maybe somebody's coming at you like this, right? So you step back. When someone's attacking you, if you can step back, stepping back is usually a good idea. Maybe even just turn around and run, but if you can't do that, at least step back and give yourself a moment to compose yourself. Right? Roll, step forward, back, forward, and big back. Roll, step forward, back, forward, big back. All right. Keep your weight on the left, and then you're going to scoop underneath. Because this guy has kicked at you. So he's kicking at your groin or your belly or your Dan Chin. Right? Oh, you're stepping back because he's kicking at you like this. So you step back and then you reach under. So it's not using your arms, using your whole body. You reach under and you grab his leg and pick it up. Boom. And then remember, this is the form, this is not application. So the application informs the form, but you wouldn't do the move exactly like this, but it's kind of like this. Reach under and grab, lift, and then change your upper body, and now you're going to push down. And once the hands get past the Dan Chin, then you raise your knee up into your hands. So it's not, the way to think about this is not so much pushing your hands down into your knee, but raising your knee up into your hands. When you pick your knee up, the best way to do this is to pick your knee and your thigh up so that your thigh ends up parallel with the ground. And the only comfortable way to do it is the way that Catherine is doing it right now. You got to lift your toes up. Right? So you don't let your foot hang down like this. Lift your foot up. So it's like you're walking up giant steps. I'm walking up a giant step here. Right? That will stabilize your body a lot more than otherwise. Right? Roll forward, backward, forward, big back, reach under, lift, and push down. Now, if you were really going to do this move, grabbing his leg and then getting him discombobulated, you would do it something more like this, and you'll often see more advanced students and masters doing it this way. All right. So they don't go all the way up to the shoulders and then all the way down. That's kind of unrealistic. You grab, and in a way you never let go of the foot. Right? So I've got his ankle here and maybe his calf here, right? And you sort of pull it in. You pull it towards you just a little bit, and then boom, you push it out. And it's good to know that, But remember, the point of doing the form is to explore the body space and to feel what happens inside here, and especially to work on your balance. So to me, you get a lot more out of this, right? Sort of paint by number, right? And then you push down and come up. Right? It's less realistic from the martial point of view, but it's more effective from the health point of view. Watch this hand here. I'm going to move it up by my ear and see what happens with my elbow and my hand. This is a very common position for a lot of moves in Tai Chi. So the arms are not just flopping around up there. They're not sort of, well, they're up here and then they go down. They're actually in a very particular position. And if you pay attention to what's happening inside, you can feel why you do this. All right? And then this is more on the center, and then they push down. All right? When you're pushing like that, I'm going to change the direction, but watch my hands. All right? Spiral. So there are other moves that look like this. All right? I don't know. It's something that you'll find half a dozen times in most Tai Chi forms. So don't let your arm just run around like a badly trained dog, right? You actually come up. It's behind the ear, right? An open palm, and then boom, forward. It's like you're holding something. Boom. Earlier in the form, it's the same thing, just it's on the other side. Right? Brush the chest, swivel the hips. Now it's a different direction. Sometimes you're pushing somebody in the chest. When you come in, you're going to come in like this, but you're going to then, boom. All right? It's like two big spirals. You can do the same thing, only now it's going to be down here. And what you're doing is pushing into the hip itself. So you're going to try and catch the guy's hip right here, and you're going to come in and you're going to press into it, and hopefully collapse that hip. Now the trick is you should just be able to stand there and keep your balance. It takes it takes a few tries to kind of get the idea. But yeah, good, Catherine. Yeah, you should just be able to stand there like this without any trouble at all. If you can't, then something's wrong. You have to look around inside yourself and see what's happening. The trick to all these kinds of moves is to find your center pole. All right, so your center pole runs from your perineum to the top of your head. And you can even think of it as going all the way down into the ground, all the way up above the head. But you have to align with that center pole. If you're sort of off like this, you're going to lose your balance. So you want to align to that center pole. As long as you feel that center pole, you're in pretty good shape. Watch what my foot is doing. It's not out here. It's like it's on the pole itself. So that center pole is there, my hands are wrapped right around it. My foot is like I'm climbing that pole. And I can feel it up and down my spine too. So that's the real trick with this. One of the other advantages to this, to bringing the foot in, is you're covering your other knee. So if he's kicking at your knee, you can protect your knee. You're protecting your knee. So if he tries to kick it, you can get a little protection going there. At least that's the idea. All right. Roll. Forward. Back. Forward. Step back. Scoop down under toward the right knee. Lift. Position yourself. And press down, and the knee comes up. All right. Now, from there, it's pretty simple. All right, why are you lifting the knee? This is sort of complicated and a little esoteric. It's not terribly realistic. But one of the reasons you lift the knee is to support the guy's leg. Right? So you've grabbed his leg. Right? You're letting his leg rest on your leg. So now you can push it. Right? So it's kind of positioning yourself and positioning the other guy, and then you're actually going to push his leg, and he's going to tumble. The idea is he's going to tumble over backwards. Right? Theoretically, that's possible. You got to be about 18 years old to actually do that, however. Right? Roll forward, backward, forward, step back, scoop, lift, position, press down. Now watch. Okay, so the last part, let me do this at a little bit of an angle, right? The last part is this. Boom, right? So it's a strong push forward. Why do you do it with both sides? In order to engage both sides, right? So you're using the back of the hand might rest up against his chest, say. And you're not really, at this point, pushing with this. You're just sort of creating a target. All right, so it rests up against him, and then this hand comes in, and about the time that it gets to the other hand, That's when you engage both sides of the body. Boom. You can, of course, just push with one hand. It's much harder to push this way because you're using the back of the hand or the back of the arm. You can push with the back of the wrist, but it's very hard to push with the back of the hand. You can't really get any action that way. However, when you put both of them together, right, then they're reinforcing each other. Now you can use your whole body weight, both sides. That's the idea. Right? Again, roll, forward, back, forward, step back, reach under and grab, bring it up, position yourself, press down, knee up, right? And now pull down. And notice that the hands coming down synchronize with the leg coming down. Right? The leg stays there until everything pulls down. And then you're going to go under your danchin and over. Under, over. Both pull down, under, over. I should get sideways tape. I'll have to do this as squares. All together. Under, up the right side, over the top. Okay. Roll, forward, back, forward, big step back, reach down and grab, lift, position yourself, press down and knee up, and now arms and leg come down. Under the danchin, up the right side, and through. There was one little thing I forgot to say earlier. Roll, forward, backward, forward, big step back, lift, position yourself, right? Press down. And now you notice I lift my hands again. I didn't say that. You don't have to do that, but it's you'll get points for it in the tournament that you're in, right? Lift. Why? Well, it's just winding up to do something. If I'm going to go down, right, the best thing to do is start by coming up a little bit, and then everything goes down. It's hard. Uh, Jim is going to come up, I think, Friday and Saturday. Yes, Jim? Yeah. So we could work on, say, a move like this. And I would do something and then stop and ask Jim to put his hands on me here and there and feel what's going on in my body. Or he could just keep his hands on my body while I'm moving and doing it. In order to do Tai Chi well, you have to become pretty expert in um, controlling your chi. One way to think about controlling your chi is what parts of your body are full and what parts are empty. And that's going to change moment to moment to moment to moment to moment. So you have to you have to spend a lot of time and a lot of thought on what it is you're actually doing. This is why you really need to tie this into the martial side of things, because the martial side is very practical. You're doing something in particular. And it's knowing what it is you're trying to do that gives you some clues as to how to do this, right? What do you think? I'm not going to do my leg anymore because my hip's hurting, right? But watch. Are those full or empty? Are my arms full or empty? Is my knee full or empty? Huh? Well, they're full, of course. If you get hit by that, it should be getting like hit by a hammer. But watch what happens to my arms. They're full. Now they're empty. Just absolutely like they're feathers. Right? Full, empty, and then down. And full again. Generally, when you're winding up, when you're doing a yin move, you move toward the empty side of things. When you're doing a yang move, you're going to have to fill things up a little bit. Right? Generally. Yeah, Kevin.
So the weight transfers when you do the push, not the pull down.
Let's do the weights for the whole move. On the left, right, left, right, left, right, and it stays right, and it stays right, and it stays right, and now it moves to the left. Boom. That answer your question?
Yeah, that's a hard move for me because
Really?
I was always stepping out and sort of missing the under the dantian and then push part and trying to use the weight of the leg falling to push me forward, and that's not the right way to do it, evidently.
Yeah. I would need to see you do it to see what's actually happening. I like this move. It's a short little move, but it's a lot of fun to do because there's a real rhythm inside it. Right? There's a rhythm here. Okay. Any questions? Let's try it a few times. Jim, let me see you try it. Okay, we're gonna have to work on this a little bit. The weight shifts are really important. In fact, it's kind of all about the weight shifts. Um, let me see if I can get Annie in here for a minute. Annie? So the beginning of the move looks like this. All right. Now, this actually, you would only do this if you had one person attacking you on each side, right? But let's say that Annie's getting me on this side, so she's going to grab me by the wrist, all right? And what the beginning move is for is just this, all right? Grab hold, right? So she's really got hold of me now. Boom. It's very easy to.
You can't hold on.
You can't hold on. Let's come closer to the camera. Watch the shape of my hand. All right. So it's not just a dead mitten. You actually have to bring the chi out to the end of your fingers.
I can't get over the dead mitten.
Right? And then it becomes like a lever. Boom. Good.
And
Thank you so much.
you're going into her open between the thumb. So the natural hole in her grip, you're going right through that.
Well, there's different ways to do it. If you were really going to go in, right now she's got something called a tiger's mouth here. All right. If you were really going to go into that, then you would actually go underneath. All right. And you can do that too. This works either way. All right. You would go against. You still have to bring the chi out to the end of your fingers, and then you have to circle like that. However, we're not doing that. We're coming over like this.
I think it's, from my perspective,
Yeah.
that one is more effective.
Yeah, which is why you're doing it, right? And you've got one person on each side. You know, they're two cops here, and you want to get rid of them so
Yeah.
that you can run out and be a bad guy, right? Thanks. So that's what you're doing. Now, there's two ways to do that: the right way and the wrong way. The wrong way is to focus on the place where the guy has hold of you, to focus on that and think that you're going to do something with that. But it won't work, particularly if it's a big guy. You got to focus on yourself and on your Dan Chen. So you're going to roll the Dan Chen, and that's going to go all the way out, right? Joint by joint. You're shifting your weight, you're turning your waist a little bit, you're rolling your Dan Chen. Everything in you is rolling. And I say rolling, what it really is this. It's a spiral. You can see the spiral. It's harder to see in the trunk, it's harder to see in the leg, but the leg, the trunk, and the arm are all spiraling. Simple. And then forward, back, forward, step back, reach under and grab, lift, position yourself, press down, and the knee comes up, right? And then relax, and everything comes down, under the dantian, up the right side, and across to the center, right? Not clear over here, but to your own center. Boom. Actually, to his center. Make sense? Okay. Catherine, why don't you try one? Good. All right. When you come forward, you should be about at the level right above your solar plexus, just a little bit above your solar plexus. Boom. Not too high, unless it's a really big guy. And if he's that big, I suggest you turn around and run. Boom. Oh, okay, guys. Practice that up, and we'll pick this up again next weekend. All right. Ciao.
And take care of yourself.
I will try. I will try. I'm going to try to get into the doctors this week.
I was
That would
going to
be
say,
good.
don't take care of yourself. Let a doctor do it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'll try to get in. I was on their website earlier, and their website wasn't even working. I couldn't even make an appointment, but I'll try again now and see if it's working now. Okay,
Yeah,
guys. See
I'm
you
probably
next
not
time.
gonna. I'm probably not gonna come up because I figured Jim will wear you out. You don't need both of us on that leg.
Well, you may be right. He's a
On
pretty
that
tough
leg.
guy.
Yeah, I'll come up another time.
Sounds good. All right, hon. See you next time.